I've got an ear piercing, guys, so I've only got money.
Hi, Rich, joining the live. Welcome. So we are protest against the new Chinese embassy. So we are a couple of EGs here as well.
Oh, it's really the food.
We've got EGs, the bronze, the white commander.
China! Say no to China!
Say no to China!
No China make embassy! No China make embassy! No China make embassy! No China make embassy!
Welcome everyone live. Get you up in the crowd in a bit now, guys. 1 second. Extend the pole. There's the red commander and his mate next to him as well.
Now in Wales.
Are you at you? I will. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Police liaison there.
Mate,
Are you alright?
I'll be back in.
Alright. Go on. I'll be ready, mate. I'm just here filming. Please make sure you like and live, share it as well. We got police there as well. So this is the site where they want the new this is where they want it. And this is why they're protesting outside here tonight. Today, I mean, not tonight. We care about our friends and communities. We're ready you know, for example, air condition made in China CCTV, it has backdoors. It will send it automatically huge amount of big data to send to Beijing. And how do Beijing use it? We don't know. It's really it's scary.
如果是你真的想要拒绝呢？佢係
You own there, are you?
Yep.
We're not starting till 3, Marty. It doesn't kick off till 3. It doesn't kick off till 3, this one doesn't.
Pardon?
It's 3 o'clock start. This one is.
Oh, right, okay, that's
Me just want to say hi to Steve today, he's on my face.
Okay. I literally had to let you know. I'm trying to understand you. I enjoy some basically, there's a few of us going around liaising. Yeah, no worries at all.
You up, mate? You okay?
Go down here,
You going around?
Yeah, we're better than up there.
Come on then. Guys, we just saw TSG turn up as well. So we just walk around and see if there's a counter or anything as well.
Niggas only. I think the word that you
Got this way news now. Oh, yeah, that's up here. Put you down for a minute, guys.
He said that like us.
I mean, City of London are here as well. But
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's why I was wondering. I know it's like on the edge, you know. I wasn't sure.
So I can put you on back on charge, guys. Sorry guys, I've got a power bank out.
Yeah, give me a call and actually you'll be here, you'll be around here. No, we'll be over there.
In the article on mine was like, in the article on mine it said there wasn't cold here.
Yeah, well, just the protest that's going on here.
Cold?
Make sure you've got anything to tell me.
No, it was on your website. So maybe I read it wrong.
Okay, no.
One second guys, I'm trying to sort the power bank out. Well, welcome everybody to the live. We're outside the potential new Chinese embassy, where the Hong Kong are protesting
against the new China. Sorry, can I get through, please? Sorry, can I just get through?
应该是站在凳子上。你们是母女俩？在一起吗？我就说你们这么年轻，
呢個都唔係昨天嚟嘅。
Sorry. Yeah.
新年嘅花樣，等下有人上去花園嗎？你要需要錄點。你要。拍到。Oh, cheers. Oh, I want to ask you one actually, I forgot.
What's
because Marty's over there on the news now. Everything on the news now is there as well.
Yeah, because I've got a new one for them as well.
Well, from my one of yours, woke off the keyring in the week and we need to message you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a new supplier now.
Have you? I just had Marty make me hold on.
Sorry?
I just had Marty do me hold on. Marty does it. Marty does it.
I know. I saw that on your channel.
Yeah. But that's good for 100.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Did you get that message?
I wouldn't complain.
No.
Any problems today?
Yeah, no, the next one.
No one kicks off?
Apart from great to see a video about having the news now. On the pilot side.
So I didn't need to bring any ready salted crisps.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Not for me! Not for me!
Yep.
just a lady just got
Hi, crazy.
Are you live as well?
as well. She let me
喺開始之前，主辦單位要提醒一下大家，係要留喺警方指定嘅示威範圍，否則警方係有拘捕嘅。咁就請大家自行衡量風險。咁指定範圍就係喺嗰一對間嘅。嗰一單位要提醒大家，盡量留喺係要留喺警方嘅指定示威範圍，否則警方係有權作出拘捕嘅。咁大家要自行衡量風險。咁而呢個範圍就係喺你哋
I saw it happen there.
邊嗰度嘅欄杆，直到面向台嘅左手邊嗰條街嘅盡頭就係指定嘅範圍。咁請麻煩大家盡量留喺呢一個指定範圍入面。好啦，咁我哋依家就正式開始。
You're coming next weekend. Save the
Hello
children.
everyone, I'm Justin Wall.
It's the Save the Children
I'm
one
a
next
Hong Konger
Saturday.
and I work with IBA.
That should be a
My,
good one.
my big sister's birthday that day. I'll get out of it. I'll get out. I only messaged you
唔好
anyway.
意思啊，佢哋盡量再較大聲啲，再大聲少少。
Yeah, okay, crazy. Yeah, I think some of it's going to be in Chinese, Cantonese, some in English.
Okay, so I'll start again. So, hello everyone, I'm Jocelyn Wong. I'm in Hong Kong now and I work with iBike. So it's really great to see all of you here today. And like many of you, I had to leave Hong Kong for my own reasons. And we are all here today in the UK because we believe in the values of free speech, democracy, and the freedom of assembly. So today we're here to stand up against the Chinese embassy redevelopment here at the Royal Mint Court. So to start with, let me introduce our first speaker, Sir Geoffrey Nice Casey, who is a human rights barrister and a current chair at the Uyghur Tribunal. So Geoffrey, please.
Hey. Thank you. Can you hear me at the back? Yes. Can it be right for our government to approve or to encourage a country known and shown to have committed crimes against humanity, torture, and above all, genocide against its own people, the Uyghurs of northwest China, to set up shop in this most significant building in the heart of our city? No! No! The government will of course say it does not know or accept that those crimes have been committed, especially when it comes to the question of genocide. In fact, it does know. It will have made its own assessments, but it chooses not to let us know. And why? Dealing with genocide, as you will all know, genocide is not a question of mass killing. Mass killing may be genocide, it may not. Genocide is that crime identified after the Second World War, where one part of our single humanity chooses to try to destroy another part of our single humanity simply because of what that other part is. Whether it's Armenian people in the First World War, Jews in 1994, Bosnian Muslims in 1995, and so on. That crime requires countries that recognize genocide to do something. And countries never happen, not just the Uyghur Tribunal, of which I was one of 9 members who had no interest in China, but were just answering the question asked of us. But there were many other bodies at the same time making similar determinations about what had happened in the People's Republic of China concerning the Uyghurs. And many of those bodies made determinations far stronger against the People's Republic than our Uyghur tribunal did. We found only one form of genocide to have been proved. Others, including such important figures as Baroness Kennedy, for example, found all 5 possible forms of genocide proved. But we want to be fairer to the government. Governments have found ways of avoiding dealing with genocide. There are 2 ways they have. One is to say, never use the word genocide, which is what happened in Rwanda. Don't use the word genocide, and then we won't have to do anything. The other way is the present way that the last government and this used, is to say, we need a judge to decide whether genocide is being committed. Do you know how sensible that is as an argument, ladies and gentlemen? It's like the following. You walk down a road, there's an open door. Behind the open door, there's a man beating his child over the head with a rolling pin so that the child will eventually die. What do you say? Oh, I think I better have a judge along to tell me whether I can do anything. No, you act. And that's what governments know is imposed on them as a duty. That's why they avoid confronting reality. So, let me finish in this way. In your exercise, many organizations that have made determinations about the People's Republic of China that you may find helpful as things to use in Home free Tango!
Get behind us. Get behind us.
To take a serious and high-profile role in the affairs of the world. But this embassy is not a symbol of Chinese pride. It is, I'm afraid to say, a headquarters for surveillance and for intimidation and for the secret services of the CCP, who have a record, a proven record around the world of nefarious and illegal activities. Not least, they have been responsible for the intimidation of Chinese and Hong Kong, using their influence and their people on the ground to build a mega embassy. I am a Londoner. I've lived here all of my 57 years. I'm very proud to see Peter Gold here, Councillor Gold, who is a and influential person in this community. He has made the very clear case, as have others, that this is a totally inappropriate location for an embassy. And standing here on this beautiful day surrounded by thousands, not the right place for an embassy. My friends, we have seen in Manchester what the CCP use their consular locations for. We have seen with the shadow police stations what their intentions are, which is to take the reach of the CCP from the home territory into foreign lands in order to intimidate the wider Chinese community. That is in breach of British customs, in breach of British law, and we should not stand for this embassy being the centre of those kinds of activities. My friends, I've seen this kind of Washington DC they let the Russians build a great big embassy at the top of the hill where they could beam their lasers and appear into total disaster. Let us please learn from that mistake. Let us please be pragmatic, and let's please nip this crazy idea in the bud. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Lord Bathurst. And now, can I please introduce Kevin Hollenbridge MP, who is the Shadow Secretary for State for Levelling Up Housing and Community.
Whatever this government may say, the first duty of any government is not growth. It is the safety and the security of the residents of this country. And both on a local and national basis, this government is failing miserably. Whether it is local people here, beautifully led by Sue Hughes and others here, understandable worries about their own safety, about terrorism, about disruption, or in terms of the national security interest. It is a disgrace. You see people like Ken McCullen, who's head of MI5, speaking only a couple of years ago with Chris Wray from the FBI, saying that China is their most potent threat. This is their most challenging nation to deal with. They're a hostile state. And yet this government seems willing to risk our national security to curry favour, to kowtow to the Chinese government. Absolutely wrong. Let me be clear, no politician here is not a fight against the Chinese people. This is a fight against the CCP and our own national interests. And not for the first time, the government's in a complete mess on this. We have met with people who don't want to be named, but have been involved in our security services, the people who are responsible for cyber security. Not just the fact we have the CCP influence here, but the scale of this. Thousands of people in that building there who are clearly going to be charged with the responsibility of identifying and securing sensitive government is our tech and our research information. All those things are at risk. That's my question. Thank you very much. And of course, when we wrote to the Prime Minister on this on the 25th of January to set out our concerns, we got a letter back only a couple of days ago from Angela Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister. And let's face it, almost every senior person in government, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Home Secretary, the Foreign Secretary, have all involved themselves in this. They're idiots, quite right. And they quoted in the letter back to us, the reason she said, Angela Rayner said she called in this application was twofold. One was because the Foreign Secretary asked her to, because she can't involve herself, you can't do that as Secretary of State when it involves a foreign government, clearly implying that this is something you want to do in China's interest. And the other reason, she said, is because of a letter from Innovate UK. Through a Freedom of Information request, we saw the fact Innovate UK have great concerns about this, quite rightly. Yet they use that as the reason why they call this application in. It is totally wrong. This application must be rejected. The British public, 77% in a poll I saw, of the British public are against this application, against this development. We are too. We'll do everything we possibly can campaign against it. And even if it's granted permission, it's consent for the planning consent, then we'll still continue to campaign against it. And I know you will too. Thank you.
Hello, is everyone hearing okay? And now I'd like to introduce Luke Taylor, MP, the Liberal Democrat spokesperson for London. Luke, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ian. Ooh, here we go. I'm a funny colour because I've been at the Hindu Festival of Holi this morning, which was incredible in my constituency. In Sutton. We are so lucky in Sutton to have such an incredible community of Hong Kongers there, and it's brilliant to see many of you here today, and I'm proud to be here on your behalf to speak at this protest. Human rights, freedom of speech, and order. After the Second World War, nations in the circumference of our world came together to do something special, beautiful. And we laid that cornerstone at the very foundation of our systems. It's tempting to think that recent efforts to chip away at those foundations are nothing. Or that these steps show warning signs of a centre that cannot hold. The creaking sounds that come before a collapse. But that's not true. We've always had to fight for freedom. We've always had to stand that we renew our commitment to these values of freedom, and we preserve the foundations for another generation. My party, the Liberal Democrats, have always believed that that Britain's role in this world is to embody a liberal, open, democratic, and internationalist foreign policy. And it's those values that lead me to stand in front of you today. And I say proudly, I am an ally of the people of Hong Kong. Now, this isn't just because we share a Commonwealth history, and it's not just because many of you are British passport holders, but because we're all human beings, and we all deserve democracy. We all deserve liberty, and we all deserve security. This protest today is in the great tradition of that British pursuit of liberal values. And I'm so proud to see so many of you from Sutton and beyond standing here before us. No matter the risks and no matter the cost, because I know that many of you fear impact and repression upon your families and friends in Hong Kong by the Chinese and Hong Kong governments, and that's why many of you are hiding your faces today. That's how much you fear the actions of why this process is so important today. So seeing those faces, seeing those hidden faces, that we must never be afraid to tell foreign governments in our dealings with them that we will their national repression to our of international security and are not acceptable under any circumstances. My party firmly believes that we must take a strong stance against the CCP and champion the rights of the people that it seeks to silence. So I assure you today, the plans for the embassies continue to hold the government on your brave activists, all of you, because in each of us lives the calling of conscience, and we cannot shrink from it. We must let it guide us towards a just, liberal, and peaceful international order. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today, and thank you for your protest.
Thank you, Luke. Now we'll introduce Bobby Dean, the Liberal Democrats. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to explain to you my reasons for being here today. On the face of it, I'm here because I have thousands of Hong Konger constituents and I'm here to be their voice. I'm also here today to group for Hong Kong. But the real reason I'm here is young. I was always fascinated by the world and the unfairness in it. Etched into my memory were images of desperate poverty in Africa and young girls in Afghanistan without rights. And it never sat well with me. I always asked myself how and why. How is it that on the same planet people could live so differently? And why is it that opportunity wasn't the same for everybody? And so before my career started last year in Parliament, my career was in international development. Because I'd grown up with the impression that over time things got better, that people got more access to healthcare and education, they earned more rights, and that freedoms received ever greater, more protection. And I wanted to be a part of that. And so I also volunteered with human rights organisations across the world and worked with young political activists. And I did all that because I wanted to be part of that slow march towards progress. But in that work, an ugly truth was revealed to me. In 2012, I was in Istanbul with young Turks who were telling me about the backsliding happening under President Erdogan and his increasingly authoritarian rule. In 2014, I was in Ukraine and young Ukrainians were telling me in Kyiv not to believe Vladimir Putin and to understand his true intentions for their country. And in all those experiences, I learned a couple of things. The first is that there is nothing inevitable about progress and that things go backwards as well. And the second is that you have to listen to the people on the ground. They're the one who know their realities best, and you should heed their warnings very early. Now, it's 2025, and a lot of that might seem quite obvious to a lot of us. There's a lot of chaos and conflict in the world, and the stories I just told you in hindsight seem so straightforward. By the US Congress. Or apparently the police say that protests could go.